This is Echo 09. We have hostiles moving in.
Take me down to the river where the peace won't run dry. Gather round at the river where my soul comes to life and I come alive.
Soaring through the west coast of the US. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time we see a decent military jet from a team who've been well known. Rather teams in this case, who've produced military-wear to sims across DCS and now Microsoft Flight Simulator. A review of the F14 Tomcat in our sim today. It's been a flight or two, and I really think this has something to offer us today, and quite surprising on the take. Now before we dive right into the details, thanks for tuning in, and I'm Chickmangler. We try to bring you a range of things on different areas of the sim, hoping to improve your experience. So please consider subscribing as it can greatly help us. Now back to the real topic today. It sure does surprise us. First off, a partnership between Heatblur Simulations and IndiaFoxtEcho. The F14 Tomcat has been the new release, and quite frankly, I wasn't interested to take a look at another military jet in our sim, as we hardly have any good aircraft to meet a level of DCS or realism in behaviors. Secondly, the F-14 Tomcat is a supersonic twin-engine fighter jet that was mainly used in the United States Navy. This was back in the 70s when it was introduced, that gained fame for its swing-wing design, advanced avionics, and the ability to engage air-to-air combat. It's a common jet as the popularity gained over the years, as it played a key role in various conflicts, and if you remember the movie Top Gun, well, you have it. Versatility and distinctive features making it a noteworthy aircraft in military aviation history. Now the package comes with two versions, the F-14A and the F-14B. Now there's no visual difference between the versions. However, it's the engines that matter, where the F-14A comes with Pratt & Whitney TF30, while the latter goes to a more powerful engine, which was the General Electric F110. Looking at the exteriors of the aircraft, it looks quite impressive, with the texturing very well done outside. Now apart from its primary function as a fighter, this involves carrying missiles like Sparrow and/or Sidewinder, along with an internal 20mm gun. Now the aircraft is configured for fleet air defense missions with Phoenix missiles, as well as ground attack operations utilizing both general purpose and precision. Design and features. I mean, just look at the details here. Meticulously crafted to be realistic, and a good way to showcase the iconic aircraft in the sim. That's what I like about flight simming. It's like a living museum, and these teams are trying to stay faithful to the design and capabilities within the constraints of the sim. Now the Tomcat replicates real-world aircraft's intricate design and features. From the swing-wing mechanism we spoke about, to the sleek fuselage, the attention to detail is commendable here. Now the ability to manually control the wing sweep ranging from 20 degrees to 68 degrees, it does add a dynamic element to the simulation, plus optimizing performance based on mission requirements. Now in no way I'm trying to compare this to the DCS version, but something to note is that there are a few differences here between these two versions. MSFS, as we know it, has its limitations on combat, and while the controls can be clicked, it really doesn't serve a purpose on most cases. Talking about liveries, there are about 20 liveries for the F-14B, and the F-14A comes with 18 liveries. Interesting liveries, by the way. Let's take a look at the cockpit here. The detailing. Now the F-14 has a tandem seating arrangement for a pilot and a REO that helps with external visibility. Crew stations are on the forward fuselage with a single clamshell canopy. Boarding provisions are on the left-hand side, and each station has a vertically adjustable rocket ejection seat. A single environmental control system conditions air for pressurization and air conditioning. Now, crew breathing is supplied by pressurized oxygen from liquid storage bottles. The cockpit setup minimizes control duplication, comfortably allowing a 2-person crew for flight. Now, looking at all the details here, including the rocket ejection seats to the placement of controls and displays, the attention to the cockpit's details is pretty good. Plus, the integration of the AWG Airborne Weapon Control System and other essential instruments that offer us a comprehensive and an immersive user interface which is much needed. Jester. What's a Jester? Now, flying the F14 Tomcat isn't a solo affair. If you enter Jester, it's a much more simplified version from DCS. It adds extra features not usually found in MSFS planes. Just think of it as your virtual sidekick. Now, the role is pretty straightforward. While flying, expect him to throw in some comments, guide you through checklists, and handle basic navigation and aircraft configurations. It does serve as a handy addition and obviously making your experience much more interactive. Now, control-wise, it's all about clicks. Use your mouse or controller to operate it within the cockpit, and there's no need for external applications. Now, the team have noted there might be a slight delay in responses on VR, and hopefully they fix it in the future. By the way, I'm not really a fan on mouse clicks, to be honest, but we can always program this in the future with some shortcuts on a hardware that can add a better way to navigate through this and experience. To summon Jester, just click on the VDI display. From there, you get access to various menus as we see it: voice-assisted checklists, navigation tweaks, TACAN and ICLS selections, radar controls, and more. It's basically like having a co-pilot to manage nitty-gritty details while you focus on flying. In a nutshell, Jester makes the F14 Tomcat experience much more user-friendly, and with this on board, you not only fly but also have a helping hand in managing different aspects of the aircraft, making the journey much more smoother, which is needed. Let's talk about Cougar. In the rear cockpit, click on the TID center to reveal the Cougar menu. It's a sibling to Jester with an autopilot twist. Now, unlike Jester, Cougar offers autopilot controls during flight, letting you automate certain aspects on the navigation. But it's a straightforward feature that adds convenience. Click on it and Cougar helps you navigate with autopilot assistance.
Alright, you ready? Check landing gear indication extended and transition light off. Select LTS on master test switch and verify all lights illuminate. Roger that.
Now, looking at the startup, it's quite a nice way to start this beautiful bird up, and those sounds. With the inclusion of Pratt & Whitney TF30 engines for the F14A and General Electric F10 GE400 engines for the F14B. With a smooth takeoff, let's look at the flight characteristics here. Now on an F-14, we should be able to maneuver quickly and responsively, which we see it. Plus, versatility to perform different tasks. Now there's always a reason why the F-14 Tomcat has been so popular. It also has the independent control over wing sweep, meaning pilots have the ability to independently control the sweep of the wings, helping them in different situations. Adapting to different flight situations helps greatly during high-speed flight or maneuvers that require specific wing configurations. Now the F-14 Tomcat doesn't just capture the essence of air-to-air combat. It successfully translates the versatility into a virtual one. Now looking at the radar here, as we know it, the sim currently lacks native support for an air-to-air radar simulation. However, the F-14 addresses this limitation by incorporating a SimConnect WASI model within the sim, which is a good thing by the way. Now there are significant limitations to this radar module. It only works on AI objects. It's compatible with PC only. Plus, the radar's accuracy may be affected by the traffic generation restrictions, leading to refresh issues. Now the radar is designed exclusively for air-to-air scenarios. And don't expect any ground returns at this time, except from sim objects. Something to note is that the F-14 package includes highly detailed static models on aircraft carriers belonging to the Forrestal class. Now each carrier has a tactical air navigation, which is a TACAN system, instrument landing system, ILS, and tower and approach frequencies. Now the carriers are located near specific regions as mentioned here. There we go, another beautiful addition from this team. This is right now sold for $35 at the Heatblur store or the marketplace. Now for the DCS owners, there's some good news. You get a cool $10 discount if you've owned an F-14 before. IndiaFoxtEcho have been a great team this far, and so does Heatblur Simulations, who offer DCS a good set of military aircraft. As always, it's been a true pleasure, and we hope you like this video. Do subscribe as we plan to bring you more towards a sim. And until next time, do take care and happy flying.